All right, so what's going on this morning? Good morning. Mr. Kevin, how are you doing today? I hope all is well. I am, let's see, let's move right along. Good morning, Kevin. Let me just get that official. Hopefully we're on the right chat here. Good morning. All right, so good morning, Mr. Tortorello. Good morning. Let's see if we can get that sent out into the ether. Yeah, so we have a lot planned today. Of course, as you know, today is Friday, which means we are doing some things that are, you know, just kind of up-tempo, a little bit more up-tempo than earlier in the week, so to speak. So why don't we get started? Why don't we go ahead and get started with, I hope you have just a quick review of yesterday. Yesterday was a pretty busy day. We assembled the, you know, we've been working on the inversions of the C major. Hold on, I just realized I'm giving you the tuning tone and talking right over it. So let me stop doing that. Fifth fret harmonic if you're just jumping on board on the A string. And I never hit this tuning fork on anything that is metallic. But I can, you know, put it on my acoustic guitar and it resonates that A440 that I need. So that's pretty handy trick to remember for me, because I don't have to really chase it down all that much. Hi from Malaysia. Good morning, Aina. Good morning. And I see Kevin. Good morning. First to the punch this morning, ready to get moving. You can hear the fork today. I guess I've probably been talking over it this whole time and nobody told me. Sometimes I have to tell you I'm a little slow on the uptake occasionally, so if I have to be told, so mote it be. Just tuning up the guitar. If you're just coming on, and a good morning to you, Jason. Hope the day is treating you good. It's treating me better than some and worse than others, right? I'm right where I'm supposed to be in that pocket of goodness, I think. Yeah, some 𝗪𝗏 things going on, but some very good things going on at the same time. And I'm so happy, I'm so pleased to hear that you're with us from Malaysia this morning. Will you be joining us for this warm-up session? I hope you can. Here we go. Just brought a little bit more out of that B string that I needed. And we're working on breathing as well. Okay, so what we're working on is, if you grab your guitar and you're tuning up the guitar with us, it's really simple. Beginners and advancing guitarists alike will do exercises like this, kind of very morning ritual to get started in the morning. So this is day tuning the, what is this? This is the truss rod adjustment day +2. So I wanted to let the guitar neck go another day before I decide if I need more further action needs to be taken. So we'll find out today whether further action needs to be taken, and we can discuss that. We're getting ready to start with our warm-ups. Just wanted to raise some awareness to our breath patterns here. So. Seems to be pretty close to in tune. And what we're gearing up for is the most humble and the most wonderful of morning rituals, which is a ritual for guitar growth. And this is something that's happening every day, well, 5 days a week, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can join me and the rest of us. As you can see in the live chat, we have a number of members who are already on board and have guitars in hand, and we are ready to rumble. So let's take a look just real quick before we get moving along. Good morning. Kevin Haas was the first one. Good morning. We've got an Anthony Torello. Good morning. We also have a Marlon Grubbs. Marlon, Mr. Grubbs, I would like to thank you for being here, and thank you for commenting on the members only video that's posting at 9 o'clock this morning for the general public, and I appreciate that. Do you have any suggestions? Marlon continues by saying, do you have any suggestions for getting a better stretch with your third and fourth finger? I absolutely do, and we are in the right place for this. I can hear the tuning fork today, Kevin says, and so well, I will no longer talk while I am displaying the tuning fork. Thank you. Good morning to you, Jason, from Malaysia. That's wonderful. Can you play? We can play. Keep those song requests coming, please. Those are wonderful to hear. It's very calming and soothing. Play Nirvana. Got that one under control. And Wonderwall, play that. Get that under control. We got a little bit of. So yeah, this really isn't Cover Central, but I appreciate the requests because sometimes they'll make it onto the channel. I do not have a guitar in my hand, but if you do next time, Monday, we'll be back again on Monday, same bat time, same bat channel, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bring your guitar. We'll work on breathing. We work on tuning up the guitar, and we work on the mechanical processes which we need in order to take our art and our craft into to infinity and beyond, right? So hopefully I don't get dinged for using that phrase. It's not my phrase. Let's see, greater than, hi, good morning. Raul, Jimmy, 1M, yeah. Yep, Jimmy, oh. Oh yeah. Smoke my mind, make me feel better for a slow time. Yeah, what's some great stuff there. Can you play If I Fell by the Beatles? Wow. Lately I've been feeling low. A melody is what I'm seeking. Reaching, searching, never stop. It's Jimmy Thing from our good friend David Matthews. So wonderful stuff. Without further ado, though, let's get serious. We're about to get banging here. So we've got to get on our mission, which is to show up, and there are people ready and waiting with guitar in hand to go through this morning ritual of guitar growth together. And we do this together, and I wanted to invite you, if you're new to the channel, just please show up with a guitar and just arrive with good humor and be ready to contribute to the lively live chat, and just think about all of the good things that we can contribute into the world through the art of building ourselves into a better person through the art of guitar discipline and musical discipline. So without further ado, let's start with Marlon. We're going to start with Marlon's question, you know, what do we do about better fret stretches for the third and fourth finger? Well, let's take it to an extreme today, my friends. Let's go ahead and start. We won't start there because we have to work up to it, but let's go ahead and see how far we can take this today. We're starting with mechanical process. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 4 attacks per beat today because it's a Friday, last day of our morning ritual guitar week, to be continued this coming Monday. So we've got 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a faux E, and you can see right here I've got my old Matrix metronome, and it's set right there. It's almost, I should just glue it to 60 beats per minute. And it's at 60 beats per minute, or BPM. All you Guitar Institutes of Technology guys, you know how valuable the GIT guys, you know how valuable, exactly how valuable that metronome is. And especially if you're the most accomplished student in that program. So let's take a look at fingers 3 and 4, shall we? Fingers 3 and 4, we're going up in frets 11 and 12, and we're using frets 11 and 12 and going up with down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then when we're up, we shift down a position, and then we descend. And then we shift down a position and ascend, down a position and descend, and so on and so forth. So you can follow along if you'd like. 4 attacks per beat. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a 4 E and a. And for some reason, 1 E and a, 1 E and a, those 16th notes are feeling great this morning. They're feeling wonderful to the point where we are going to, before we sign off today, we've got a bunch more things to cover. We are going to get into quintuplets, or 5 attacks per beat, and sextuplets, 6 attacks per beat, and maybe we'll take a look at septuplets, 7 attacks per beat. I just inverted the time somehow. But we are going to get serious today. We are getting serious. So if you brought, I hope you brought a helmet and a chin strap, because, we may need it. Fingers 2 and 3. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a faux E and a. Same thing. My friend does great Dave Matthews Band covers on Instagram. Cool, nice shout out. Good night from the other side of the world. Yo, what side of the world is that? Jack, where are you from? Do you mind? You don't share it if you don't want to, but love to hear that, And we have Esteban. Start again. Position 1. That electric guitar is an Ibanez. It's like an RG series, it's like it's a cool little guitar. It's got some nice ornamentation. It's bound, and the top, it's flamed maple. It looks, it looks just like an SG met one of those, like an SG. A Gibson Les Paul met one of those Ibanez RG series. The binding on it is like basically a Les Paul. I'll get it down. You can take a look at it in a second. Let's go ahead and get through fingers 1 and 2. Don't forget to breathe. All the way over there in Indonesia, Bahamian Rhapsody. Ready? Here we go. Turks and Caicos Rhapsody. Montserrat Rhapsody. Ready? Here we go. Fingers 1 and 2. 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do E and a. I hope you have a guitar, and whoever's banging on that love button, man, that's really inspiring. I appreciate it, and we all appreciate it. Sometimes the channel goes quiet because you know, there are people here, I would assume most of us here, many of us here, are equipped with guitar in hand. We're now in tune, and we've fully kicked off and committed to this morning ritual. And people are playing, guitarists across the world are playing along in synchronicity. I mean, that's my little dream anyway. That's my little dream. And that we're playing together, and then what we're going to do is over the year, this is going to happen all year long over the span of 2025. And we are going to witness monumental gains in our guitar efforts, in our personal efforts, our interpersonal efforts, our communication with our families, our friends. Everything is just going to improve this year. It's just going to be a monumental year for all of us here, you know, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, all year long, all right? Every day, 5 days, well, not every day, 5 days a week, every weekday, okay? 1 E and a 2 E and a fingers. Now, we're getting into what Mr. Grubbs, if you go back through the live chat and you find like one of the first questions asked was, Jason, can you, and Mr. Grubbs is a long timer here. He's a long timer. He's not a short timer. I think he's in it for the full deal here. So you've got him asking questions. Are there ways that we can improve stretches between fingers 3 and 4? And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're not moving, even though we've worked these little micro mini positions, these fingers, you know, 3 and 4, 2 and 3, and 1 and 2, and so on. We're not yet moving away from those. We're just expanding on those now. Okay, let's take a look at fingers. There's more to come. Fingers 3 and 4, 1 and frets 10 and 12. Same program. 1 E and a 2 E and a. Here we go. E and a. Thank you for being here from Indonesia. Bohemian Rhapsody. What a great song. Mama, just feel. Yeah. Love it, you know, absolutely love it. But we're really focusing right now on the left hand just being there for those 3rd and 4th fingers as we stretch into oblivion. It seems like it gets a little tight down there. It can be a bigger ask for some than others, right? I'm telling you right now, we've been doing this for several weeks now, and this is starting to feel okay for me. So if it doesn't feel okay for you just yet, you can rest assured that it will feel okay sooner than later. If you stick with it, though, the trick is to stick with it. The stick-to-itiveness, the staying power is the key. Those of us who don't stick with it, don't do it. It's that simple. It's literally that simple. The only way to lose. Fingers 2 and 3, 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do E and a. We're almost coming up for a stretch. At 15 minutes, we're going to do a stretch, so load those questions up if you want. If you have specific questions you would like to have addressed, I'm going to take about a minute. We all take about a minute stretch, and we do answer questions while we're stretching, and we do communicate while we stretch. So it's a great time to do that. And that's coming right up after we're finished with these 2 and 3, the stretches right here. We've got one more round of stretches after this, but then we're going to go ahead and jump on questions. Appreciate the likes coming early. You know, that's a wonderful thing to see at 16 minutes in, you know, or whatever, 19 minutes in. Thank you. I wanted to practice some gratitude for that because yesterday I was begging, you know, and you hate to see me beg. It's a very bad thing to witness. So it's, but it is fun. It's a good taste. It's in good taste and good, you know. Fingers 1 and 2, we're going for it. Fingers 1 and 2, low E, frets 10 and 12. Hopefully Marlon's enjoying these stretches. I've got one more for you, so hang right out. I can feel the burn in my forearm, so we are going to stretch soon after this. 1 E and a 2 E and I see that like happen. Thank you. Here we go. Yeah. And for some reason, my fret hand it's feeling solid. I don't know how it looks to all of you, but it feels good to me. It's feeling great this morning. It feels like that third and fourth fingers are feeling like they're members of the family. It feels like, you know, like we're having some fun. How long have you, all right, we'll come back to that. Yep, we're getting ready to do the questions and answers. So if you have follow-ups, you want to drop a few questions in the live chat, go right ahead. Now is a wonderful time for that. Guitar is loaded with patterns. I'm telling you, it's just so fun to work our way through all of these things that we can accomplish on the guitar. So one more stretch. Let's go ahead and try it because Mr. Grubbs was asking for it. We're only going to do it right here in position 9 and 11, but we are going through this and we're going to, you know, it's about the same distance. If we were to play, you say, wow, that's insane, but if we did this third and fourth, watch this, just follow me for a second. If we do this second or this third and fourth finger bit down on, I'm not gonna move my fingers, but just watch what's happening. If I do this down here, and I have to stretch that third and fourth finger stretch, now I bring it back up to positions 9 and 12, it's about the same thing, right? So we're already doing it. It's crazy looking. It's terrifying, potentially, but we're overcoming that. You know, that's what we do. So let's try same thing, frets 9 and 12, and then we can all have a good cry after, okay? Ready? 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do, E and a. And then let's try going, you know, descending as far as we can. And if you can't, I can't go all the way down to fret. I don't want to abuse myself either. So I'm just going to turn around here. I don't want to cause any like tendon stretches or tears. I don't want to say that I don't want to ever do this again. So I'm just going to take my win and then go back to the stretch. Okay, so the fingers 3 and 4. You could also get a block and tackle and then just sleep with a big, you know, a tennis ball taped between your fingers at night. I don't know what you want to do. If you really want to work it, there's always a way to do it. You know, you put the leather baseball glove in the stream, and then you bake it in the oven. I don't know. Everybody does something different to make the things work the way they want them to work. You know, you got to just... if you find something that works for you, let us know. We'd love to hear it. So let's go ahead and stretch. This time we're going to just run through a few comments as they come in, as they bleed in. Jack, I've been playing the guitar for, how long have you been playing the guitar, sir? Well, Mr. 𝗪𝗫, I've been playing the guitar since I was probably 6 years, you know, I don't know. There's always been a guitar laying around the house. And I remember the first memories of my guitar playing were just on an old Guild Madeira guitar, in laying around the home. And it was mostly me doing this, you know. It was mostly me, you know. I didn't even know if the guitar was in tune or not. Didn't matter. I knew that I was fascinated with the sound of the strings. And then I realized, just listening to the string set and listening to the overtones and just trying to be observant of the sound of the guitar was something I'm so thankful I did early on, because now I really appreciate the tonal quality of different tone widths, different string sets, different tensions, the back and sides, all and the top, they all relate to one another. This vibration on the top influences the back of the guitar. So, you know, setting the back of the guitar on my lap right now causes the back to not vibrate as much and not be as free. So that's why we set the guitar, you know, our guitar posture designed to hold the guitar a certain way, right? So I've been playing a long time, just observing what happens if I play two strings together, and if I skip strings, you know, maybe these are all early thoughts on the guitar. Because, you know, I'm one of those people that just had a guitar laying around the house, and hopefully you did too. And I've been playing for a long time. I think the word on the street is something like, I don't know, I hate to disclose this, but I was teaching professionally and paying my way through university in '97, so don't tell anybody. Don't share that stuff. And let's see. Anthony, we've got fingers 2 and 3 with whole note stretch is still almost impossible for me. Fingers 2, yeah, I know, those landlocked fingers. It's, they'll come, it'll come. It works, it'll work for sure. But you know, you're one of those guys that sticks with it regardless of the problem. You're a problem solver, is what I like about, one of the things I like about watching videos on your channel is the problem solution. And just a normal 16-year-old kid. All right, there you go. I bought a guitar 2 days ago. Well, congratulations. And I'm not sure, I haven't read any more comments, but if we haven't congratulated you on your first purchase, let's go ahead and give this just another a normal 16-year-old kid who bought a guitar a congratulations. My finger hurts. It does. Yeah, it might do that. Hey, congrats. And then of course Anthony got right on it. 16-year-old kid, keep it in the hands and enjoy the journey. That's the journey. That's the journey we're talking about. Absolutely. Good advice right there. Just another 16-year-old kid. Ava, good morning. Nice to see you again. I'm brand new to the guitar. I've been playing acoustic for a week. Oh, maybe it's a different Ava. Do you have any hacks for beginning with finger pain? That's a good question. Well, I would say, here's my hack, okay? Because finger pain is unavoidable. But you don't have to, like when you're in mountaineering, when you're rock climbing, you know, it's risky. It's a risky business, and you assume the risk of doing the business, but you are at the same time, in order to continue rock climbing for a whole lifetime of healthiness and engagement, you do have to mitigate risk, right? So we're going to mitigate. I'm just going to give you a real quick tip right now, because hopefully you're going to join us in these morning rituals, because this is right where you want to be as a beginner, as an intermediate, as an advancing guitarist. We're all here together, okay? But here's a trick. If you're playing and it could be anywhere, here's one trick, one hack that I would use, and I'm so thankful that you brought this up, because this speaks to so many of the things that I want to do every day in the guitar, and it's the most basic of things. So you can see right now that there's my finger. As long as I play anywhere between the frets, I'm going to fret the note. If I play back here, behind, let's say I'm going to fret this fret right here, the string gets cut at that fret. If I fret way back there, the string is going to vibrate on the fret when I play it, so I'm going to have to press harder. If I play in the middle, that's great, I can still fret the note, but I still have to press harder, and that will bend the string out of pitch. If I go up to and as close to the fret, the back of the fret as I can, you're going to be surprised how little pressure you need to play the guitar. Watch this. Check this out. I'm going to pluck the string and keep plucking the string, and I'm way back here. You can see him leaning way back. So if I'm like if I'm skiing the powder, and if I'm on my board and I'm laying back and I'm on the powder, I'm going to go so fast and so out of control. And as soon as I start leaning forward on my board, then I can start reassuming control and check my speed. Now, the problem here is, you'll hear it. I'm plucking the string, I'm adding pressure to the fret hand. You can hear it start to fret, really, really incremental. You can hear there's a tone, but you can hear also the strings kind of ringing. It's kind of buzzing out on the 9th fret, right? So if I go toward the middle of the fret, I continue to add pressure until I don't have any buzz. And that's still quite a bit of pressure, you know? And then if I go right to the back of the fret, I can add a noticeable difference now. This is not a barely noticeable difference, but this is definitely a noticeable difference in finger pressure. So any more pressure, if I apply any more pressure than I need to fret the sound, that's too much pressure. And so that's too much effort. And it's going to slow you down. It's going to hurt your fingers. It's going to make you not want to play. It will be less efficient. Let's look at it this way. If we fret the guitar correctly, we will be more efficient. We will be more likely to want to play. It will hurt less. We'll be faster. We'll be more technically proficient. There's so many benefits just to simply going through these 1, 2, 3, 4 exercises and keeping an eye on where the fingers are. Are they way back here on the fret? Are they, if you go too far above now, if you get too close to the fret, we start choking out the string, all right? So that's one thing, that's one risk that we want to care for. Yeah, congrats on the guitar purchase. Easiest songs to start with. What do you like? What do you enjoy listening to? Ask yourself that. Ask what you enjoy listening to. If you wanted to share with us what you enjoy listening to, the style of music, or if there are certain songs that you like, that's appropriate here, right? Marlon, what's this easiest? Marlon, the most frustrating thing at the beginning is not having a physical strength and finger flexibility to play all the notes well. That's why what Jason is doing here is so valuable. Keep at it. I think that's just you're just right there. Ava, learn any Beatles song. Yeah, amen. Raul, Achy Breaky Heart. Yeah, that's right. And thank you so much, both of you. Love it. Anthony, I totally understand. Kevin Haas, 16, congrats. Very nice, very nice. I'm going to get right back. We're going to jump right back into it here. Yes. Oh, yeah, Ava. Yeah, bring your guitar in the morning and come hang out with us. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. And then just another 16-year-old, just a normal 16-year-old kid. Why don't you jump on board with us in the mornings, too? I think you're going to enjoy it. This is going to be quite an experience over the next several months. All right. Thank you much. I really appreciate it. Never quit, Marlon. A winner never quits. A quitter never wins. Woo! Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And Steve Hernandez, country. Okay, so you're after some country. Good. Ava, I like rap or like Beatles, Oasis, AC/DC, Eminem, pretty much anything. All right, good. Yeah, we're in the right place. We're on the same page together. We're on similar pages, I think. So the trick here is to just keep working on. Now we've got to move to fingers. We're using contiguous fingers still, finger groups here, fingers 1, 2, 3, and then, I'm sorry, 2, 3, and 4, and then 1, 2, and 3. So we're starting with fingers 2, 3, and 4 on frets 10, 11, and 12. Let's go ahead and jump back into it, shall we? 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a go E and a T. Oh, I'm sorry. It's going to be 3 attacks per string, or 4 attacks per beat, 60 beats per minute. Fingers 2, 3, and 4 on frets 10, 11, and 12. And then we're moving up. It's the same thing we did with 2 fingers. But it's a little more challenging because we have, a down. And if you don't play it in real time with us, you can go back and mark it at 34 minutes and then play along and, slow the video down and play along with us. It's super important to do that. Down, up, down. We have a down, up, 2 strokes, down, up, down, up. So every other finger is going to be, we have 3 attacks here, 3 approaches here, and 2 approaches here. So every new string, every time we go to the new string, we're changing strokes. We're using the power stroke as an upstroke on the A string. and then it goes back to the D string with a downstroke. So down, up, 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 down, up. So we get a balanced picking hand this way. So let's try it out together. 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do, E and a. Don't forget, breath is important here. Notice the fourth finger. I'm trying to keep that fourth finger within a 1/4 inch of lifting off of the string. If it comes off the string and goes way out here, it's a, you know, I'd consider that, for me, for at least for my person, I could consider that a bad habit, because it just takes that much more time for the finger to make it back to the guitar string. And it's slowing my skills down, you know, it's slowing down my technique in the long run. It might not make a whole lot of difference right away, but in the long run, we'll definitely notice that we'll pay dividends if we do these things correctly in the beginning. 1 E, fingers 1, 2, and 3, 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do, E and a. I see the questions, and I'm going to get right to those. I've just got to focus on this just briefly. I want to try to keep all of those fingers lined up with the strings. And if we're just beginning too, this is something that Monday morning is a little bit slower. We don't play so quickly on Monday because we start after the weekend. We start, you know, we roll in nice and easy. We take it, you know, at 2 attacks per beat or whatever. 2 attacks per beat is a great place. 1 attack per beat, and get really super meditative with it, and not corny and not hokey meditative, but like observant. We just are careful about the things that we play and the things that we listen to. So we are very cognizant of all of the things happening all at once. Monday morning is a really great time, especially for beginners, to jump into the mix, jump into the fray, get downrange with us. Ready? Let's take a look at, I see a couple questions come by. Sorry to keep asking questions. No, well, that's kind of what this is about, right? So I definitely appreciate, we all appreciate the questions. And we're all, many of us here are capable of answering these questions. And some of us feel more comfortable than others to address some questions in real time. And that will happen. It may or may not happen, but it's more than welcome to happen. Do you have any favorite recommended strum patterns? I absolutely do. Absolutely do. Yeah, guitar solo. Come on! Yeah, I know about the guitar solo, man. I lived my life to hear a really well-crafted and thoughtful guitar solo. Like anything from like Steely Dan's Asia record, you know. Oh man, just great stuff. Andra B. Jason, thanks for your great lessons. Does one have to commit to one style of music to get past the intermediate plateau? Oh yeah, we are going to talk about that. Here we go. Raul, good morning. Thank you for being here again, brother. Yeah, appreciate it. Your thumb could be more behind the neck. I heard a lot. I heard a lot seeing the thumb is bad technique. Ah, there you go. There you go. Andra B. In other words, is there a way to practice that will apply to my music, my style of music. What is your style of music? Just curious. Mango, the Tuxedo Cat, nice Martin guitar, beautiful tone too. Thank you very kindly. Maybe I just call you Johnny. I'm not sure. Mango, the Tuxedo Cat. Mango. All right, Mango. Enter B to any darn autocorrect. Okay, that will apply to my. In other words, let's see. Having the thumb more behind the neck allows the fingers to have a more angle 90 degrees. Is perfect, but nearly impossible for me. Steely Dan, do it again. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about a strum pattern that we're just going to start with, just down. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time on this at the moment, but I am going to make a video for you that covers a basic strum pattern. But I would start with a C major chord, or the G chord, or maybe E minor. Let's not even use any left hand, any fret hand. Okay, open low E, and then I'm skipping over to the top 3 strings. And that's some simple strum pattern to think about to begin with. It separates the bass note from the top 3 strings, which is the chord stab. And do that for a few hours, and you'll know why I'm recommending this, right? And try not to have your pinky mounted on the top of the guitar, because we don't want to retard or dampen the sound of the top of the guitar. But check that out for a little bit, okay? We're going to run right back into that, but for now we're just going to check out fingers 2 and 4. We're still engaged in finger stretching because our friend Marlon Grubbs was asking about finger stretching today. We'll come back and visit strum patterns again. You're an amazing Jason. Thank you so much for answering all these questions. Man, you rock. Ava, you are most welcome, and I think it's just so important to not, to give newcomers something to do and not overlook how important newcomers are to the program. If there are no newcomers, there are no younger, where's the next generation, right? If they're, I'm playing GarageBand and my iPad, and that's all valuable, but there's something for the manual and the pedal, that the dexterity and developing the fine motor skills that otherwise we wouldn't, we have things that we can appreciate in this lifetime, and I appreciate you being here. Put it that way. Fingers 2 and 4, frets 9 and 12. Let's go ahead and continue with our warm-up stretch, shall we? 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do, 9 and 12. Just simple stuff, and I'm really considering finger pressure. I don't want to overexert myself because we're doing this Olympic effort. We're committed to this Olympic effort, and in that engagement, we will reach fatigue and we will burn out, and we do not want to do that. So diet, exercise, all of those things that go along with rest, that go along with the Olympic achievement, are applicable here, and they are absolutely relevant. So if you're going to the gym, spend some time at the gym, get on the Stairmaster, do the 3-mile jog, do the, eat the macrobiotic food, or what, eat the good food, live the good life. Just have fun, or do, eat a bag of Cheetos, whatever you want to do, I'm not ever going to judge. I'm not ever going to tell you what you need to do. I'm just going to model what it is I'm hoping to accomplish for myself and share it with you. 1 E and a, fingers 1 and 3. 1 E, 9 and 12. 2 E and a, T E and a, go E and a. Yeah, and I've got to remember to get my thumb behind the neck because Raul is watching with an eagle eye. Maybe 2 eagle eyes. I don't know. He's very attentive to what's going on in this channel, and I think in life in general. And it sounds like Mr. Raul is a wonderful guitar practitioner. One of the things I like about this live chat is we are able to solve the problems, and we're not just identifying the problem in the location of the problem, we're actually able to sort of patch these in real time. So that's I'm confident of the guitarists who are here with the capabilities to do that. So thank you. And let's go ahead and just take a look. Let's jump back into 4 fingers now. We've done our 3-finger, wonders. Our one, we haven't really done much with 1 finger, which we'll get to with Mick Goodrick. But let's take a look at fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, E and a T, E and a frets 9, 10, 11, and 12. And we're still being very careful about finger placement and then thumb placement. As you can see, let's take a look. Ready? 9, 10, 11, 12. 1 E and a 2 E and a you know what to do. E and a. Mango is my lovely cat, by the way. Just curious, your guitar has such a beautiful tone, especially on the 6th string. What string do you use? I've gotten Gibson J45 with D'Addario, and I want to change the tone like yours. So I use, everyone here uses something different. Using the MA545s, the phosphor bronze. But once in a while, if I can get in touch with my good friend Mr. Kurt Mangan. Mr. Mangan has a string production company. He used to be Ernie Ball, I guess. But he's producing strings that are very high quality, and I would recommend checking out. I use 12s on the top, for this guitar. If I'm on my bluegrass rig, I'm using the 13s on the top. So check those out, and I really appreciate you mentioning something about the tone of the guitar, because it's hard for me to get the round tone, and it has to do with the angle of the pick, and then it has to do with the forward or reverse, if I have a forward angle or a negative angle on the pick, and then I'm using this as a tone production tool. If I use too much of the pick, I scrape over the string, the winding of the string, and that becomes part of the tone production process. So I try to address the string in a way that I'll like to use, do exercises where I'm using only the wound strings, okay? So that's an important thing for me too, and I really appreciate the question. So let's do 1, 2, 3, stretch 4. Let's jump back on it. Position number 9 with the stretch 4 up here. Mr. Grubbs, this is for you. 1 E and a 2 E and a T and a 4 E and a... Oh yeah, we got friends here. We've got friends here to do, peer reviewed. So we're able to offer peer reviewing services, which is cool. I'm doing the guitar grimoire, the chromatic exercises, nice. I've been doing the JTC Matteo Mancuso class as well. I think just Mr. Mancuso is just just a wonderful contribution to the guitar's repertoire, and I do it for me. I do it for me to make a habit out of it and to watch myself. Good idea. Highly recommend his exercises. Also, Frank Campali. Man, these are just names that are just heavyweights in the industry. Just heavyweights in the industry. I have something for free download. You do. Recommended by Ted Greene. Nice. Awesome, man. Thank you. You play Blue by 𝗏𝗏𝗀. You know, Denson, that's great. Thank you for requesting, making those recommendations and those requests. That will help to deepen my appreciation of what's going on here. I want to take a second just to focus on breathing patterns. We made it safely there and back again. Let's do the same exercise, but instead of the fourth finger stretch, now we're going to revert back to the first finger stretch. Still ninth position, but stretching back one. Ready? 1 E and a 2. So frets 8, 10, 11, and 12. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a bow E and a. And I think there's a general rule, and then that general rule is when applied to moderation, the other rule of moderation is, the general rule applies if in moderation the general rule sometimes might not apply. So there's that. And I'm working on this first finger stretch. For me is a little bit of a chore. I'm feeling it in the left hand and my fret hand. So after this sequence, I'll go ahead and take a breather with you, and then we can take a quick stretch, and then we can get into I wanted to talk today a little bit about just reviewing our week. I don't want to go too far over, but I do want to review a little bit of what we did this week. We did some major 7, minor 7, minor 7 flat 5, dominant 7 arpeggios. We worked on the Steve Vai guitar workout, which is very famous. And then I wanted to, I'm not sure if we'll have time today. Maybe we start this new week on Monday with it, but start working through some symmetrical scale patterns, atonal scale patterns such as like augmented scale or the whole tone scale, and or the diminished scale and inverted diminished scale sequences. I'd really like to work those things, but I'm still working through the warm-ups today, so we may or may not get to it. Let's go ahead and do just a quick stretch, just to observe the need for the physical break. Okay, important stuff. I'd like to keep going, but muscle memory is assisted with these breaks. So the more I allow myself to break, the more my body will stretch and learn and become resilient, and just create these and establish these and maintain these healthy patterns. That's all. Just keeping it simple and keeping it real. And usually I'll let, at 60 beats per minute, I'll let 15 of those clicks go by on each one of these positions. And that's about enough for me. If I'm going to spend 3 hours, I get up and I do the, forward bends. I'll do a little yoga here, stretch the shoulders and get some more substantial stretching going. But for now, we're moving through the hour, and we're just going to maintain our seated posture. I'm going to maintain my seated posture and carry on with the next order of business. Tell me how to play One Last Breath. That's awesome. Yuta, good morning. Good morning, Yuta. Good morning, Siddhartha. And good morning. I won't be able to watch your stream today, so Cam just dropped by like happy streaming. Thank you very much. Thank you. We'll see you on Monday maybe. Mango, thanks for your answer, man. I appreciate it. You're welcome. Teach me how to play One Last Breath intro. I'd love to do that. Right now, if you stick around after the class, after the session, I might I might be able to be persuaded to do that. Right now, we're just got to finish up with these warm-ups. So if you won't mind bearing with me, I appreciate that. Thank you very much for the recommendation, Siddhartha. Thank you, and hang out. And if you want to hang out and you let me know you're still here when we're finished, I'll definitely let you know. Okay. Combs, I see that we're laughing. That's good. I'm happy that you're laughing. Thank you for laughing. Lily Evers, hello. Good morning, Lily. How are you doing this morning? Let's take a look at 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, so it's a pattern that if you're here with us, we use this frequently. That's a diagonal pattern starting on 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then we flip it around and we do 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then we descend one position. And then we use 4, 3, 2, 1. Invert that, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we descend a position. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that's what we're up to now. And we do this on 3 different contiguous string groupings of 4 strings each. Top 4, middle 4, and bottom 4. Here we go. 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do. E and a. Ooh, that high E string's barking at me a little bit. Maybe we need a little bit more truss rod adjustment. 4 middle strings. I'm working on maintaining the closeness of the pick to each side of the string as we alternate our way through this exercise. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So the right hand, let me give you the pattern for the right hand. You can take a look at, carefully understand, my picking hand. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a Fo and a. Let's try that again because that wasn't clearly. Oh, let me just do this. All right, maybe it's better to do this. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a Fo E and a. All right. What's going on with the right hand there. I'm just going to continue with that exercise and you can join me if you'd like. 1 E and a 2 E and a U. That's what we've got going here. Then I wanted to get back to the 4 fingers real briefly and work the quintuplets. 1 2 1 2 T 1 2 1 2 T 1 2 1 2 T 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4. Buds by Pantera. Yeah, right on. Moody. Gorillaz, Feel Good by the Gorillaz. Knocking on Heaven's Door. Good. I have a full tutorial of Knocking on Heaven's Door on my channel, I think, Jason right here at Jason Carey Guitar, if you want to check it out. Let's take a quick look. I'm finishing up these warm-ups. 𝗏𝗶𝗂𝗵𝗏𝗀. Let's go ahead and do 16th note triplets now, or 6 notes, 6 attacks per beat. And I just wanted to just test. This is an assessment of how much I've progressed over the span of 1 week. I'm just doing this for my own personal assessment. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Good. All right. Thank you for grabbing on, hooking onto that roll. Now I'm using 7 attacks per beat. So it's going to be 1 2 1 2 1 2 T 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1. It's just going to take me a second to get those 7s in my bones, and once I do, I'd encourage you to play along with me if you'd like. I'm going to give us a little bit of time to absorb the 7s. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 I think we're pretty much ready to go. You ready? 1 2 3, go. Go. Yeah, just a quick stretch, and then we're getting into the new stuff today, okay? Let's go ahead for a quick stretch. Matt Tico, good morning. Great to see you. Good morning to you. And I own the same Ibanez in the back. I haven't seen anyone else own that one. Yeah, it's a great one. Let me take it down for a second, and we'll just examine it, because I think I'd like to start practicing on that a little bit next week. Just get some electric tone going, just to keep it real. It's a separate instrument. I mean, they're both 6-string guitars tuned the same, but in reality they are very different and have different voices. Let the amplifier do the work is different than letting the sound box on your guitar do, acoustic guitar do the work. A different animal altogether. Yeah. Kevin, oh yeah, all right. Yeah, we're running over. Have a great day, everybody. Until Monday, thanks for your time. You are more than welcome. Kevin, thank you so much for being here, and we'll hope to see you again Monday morning. Same bat time, same bat channel, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard, and we'll be right there ready to go. We'll see you later. Have a wonderful weekend, friend. And I'm just going to keep on going. You won't miss anything today. If you want to come back and check it out, you can. But as it posts live and stuff. All right. Have a good day. Please take an electric guitar and play AC/DC Thunderstruck. You know, that's a great recommendation. I'd love to do that. I'll do that in another session. You know, I do specific I do offer live streams for membership only, and in which situation we find ourselves, you know, speaking, you know, discreetly about how to transcribe a song, how to play a specific song, and we do this all in real time. So I would encourage you to take advantage of that. You can become a channel member. I don't have a link here right now, but you can explore becoming a channel if you'd like. It's not for everybody, but if you wanted to drill down and get a little deeper into the situation, you're more than welcome to. I'd invite you to do that, and I think it'd be a fun thing, fun for all involved. All right, so take a look. It's got the you know, this really kind of fun thing that I love this thing, and but it's got it's just like a Les Paul, but as if Ibanez reimagined a Les Paul. You know, in my mind, that's what it is. You know, but it's kind of an RG version of a Les Paul. It's got the mahogany, you know, body, and you know, the binding is very similar to what I've seen very similar to what I've seen in Les Pauls do, and I've owned a few, and I like the. I really like the neck joint. You know, it's not the most expensive guitar they make, but it's a lot of fun to play. It's got a nice bridge on it. You know, it's not the low profile edge tremolo that I prefer from Ibanez's RG series, but you know, it's pretty boss. And you know what I've done in the back here, I made a few mods, just basic mods, removed a spring so that we can get that bar flutter a little bit, you know, so when you do this, you won't hear it much, but the bar flutter exists, and it's just a fun guitar to play. And maybe we'll play this one next week, or a Strat or something, a Telly or something. But you know, irregardless, the warm-up will remain the same. Now I wanted to work on something that we've been working on. I just want to blast through these. If you guys are still hanging out, we're doing minors. So I'm not going to do the inversions of the major 7, you know, and stuff like that, and linking those things together via the C major scale, because we have a lesson that's going to drop this morning at 9 a.m. It's just going to be available to the public at 9 a.m. and it will just basically it will help us to get through all of the major 7 chords, but with a scalar approach. So we're going to suture all of those Ted Greene style chords together in this very simple, it's a reasonably short lesson, and there's tablature that you can download for free. I think there's some imaging, there's some tabs in the video, overlaid on the video, Raul. And then, you know, I think you'll enjoy it. It's a good one, and it's one of those to bookmark. But we're going to start with the minor 7. We'll start with the minor 7 arpeggio. And then I like to use this one because it demands all 4 fingers. We have the 1, flat, 3, 5, flat, 7, 1. and then 1, flat 3, 5, flat 7, and then if we, instead of going up to the 1, we would just go up a half step and come back down or descend that same pattern. And that kind of stuff. All right, so let's just do that. And we'll go through minor 7, major 7, minor 7, flat 5, dominant 7. Okay? 1 E and a 2 E and a D E and a bow E and a. And it's still that down, up with the right hand, or the picking hand. And then we ascend and descend the entire pattern, because what I know about the general theory of relativity is that everything that goes up must come down, but sometimes, but not always, in quantum, you know, whatever. But we're doing the whole old school, you know, everything that goes up must come down. If I'm going to climb a ladder, I can climb up the ladder more easily than I can descend it, so I want to become as comfortable with descending the ladder than I do climbing the ladder, basically, right? Major 7 is the 1, 3, 5, major 7, 1, 3, 5, major 7. Let's try that. 1 E and a 2 E and a, hopefully you know what to do, E and a. And then we'll go ahead and do the dominant 7, which is 1, 1, 3, 5, flat 7, 1, 3, 5, flat 7, and then we'll use that shape up a half step. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a go E and a. Catch that? Play sleep dirt. Sleep dirt. Valny, good morning. Sleep, like, Well, that's what I wasn't sure, but that's what I was thinking. Are you familiar with his Ensemble Modern recordings? Wow. Man, I mean, come on, just. We used to do overnight, you know, apostrophe, overnight sensation in the old Saab. We'd drive around for hours and just let that CD rip in the car. Just amazing work. Boom, 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 boom. You know, whatever they are, you know, those tunes are just phenomenal songs. So thank you for raising his name today. All right, so we're moving on. just briefly because we're still engaged in the warm-up, and I wanted to walk you through what I wanted to just prepare us for Monday. It's there you go. I don't even know if that's the key. Oh, it's been ages since we've done any of that stuff. So now you've started an entirely brand new listening cycle for me, and I appreciate it. So that's definitely going to show up in my playing. I wanted to invite you also, if you're new here, I wanted to invite you. Every day we're doing this morning ritual for guitar growth. Every day, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, for the entire year of 2015, 2025, and it's going to be free, right? So the only thing it's going to cost you is your seat time. Oh, there you go. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Yeah. I wrote a song, but oh, about having my, long story, but yeah, great stuff. Good stuff. Let's take a quick look. I'm going to come back to those recommendations and revisit those in full detail. Yeah. Yeah, right on. There's that thing about the bossa, you know, it's I looked at Anthony's channel yesterday for a song about a state park. I couldn't find it. I don't know if did that drop yet. Tennessee whiskey. Oh yeah, yeah. I think there's a Tennessee whiskey chat video on my channel. You can check it out. It's you might like it right here on Jason Carey Guitar. Yeah, nice. Record the practice sessions. I want to see your practicing session, Anthony. Yeah, just record the practice session, just like it, you know, like you have a, you know, get used to recording the practice session. All right, let's take a quick look. I'm just kind of stretching out, taking a little bit of a breather. Can we just do you guys feel like you have it in you to do one more new thing today? We're going to bypass the Steve Vai guitar workout and resume that on Monday morning. But let's just do any Zach. Yeah, right on. I Never Lie. Man, so many good songs. Just so much great guitar repertoire. I wanted to work through today the diminished scale, which is basically going to be this, and we're starting right here in G, and I think this might be the inverted diminished scale, but you correct me if I'm wrong, right? So I'm just working through 1, 2 fingers. I'm talking about fingers now. We'll get into scale degrees later on, but fingers 1, 2, 4. So frets 3, 4, and then 6. And then we're sliding or shifting position up 1 position. So it's the half whole. All right, so I'm moving up a half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole, half, whole, half, whole, half, whole, half, whole, half. And then because of the B string is 2.5 step off, I've got to move that. Where I normally would place my first finger here, I'm going to place it 1 fret higher, but this pattern doesn't change. The inter-string pattern changes while the intra-string pattern remains the same. So it's just the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4 shift position. Play the supertonic. Oh, supersonic. Yeah, there's a. I remember being in England studying in Leeds at about that time, when those brothers were, you know, really going off. And 1 and 2 and let's just take a look through this ascending and descending this pattern. This inverted diminished scale. So it's 1 and 2 and T and fo and dun dun dun. So 1E and 2E and TE and fo E. Let's do 1 and 2 and 2 attacks per beat. That's 1 octave of the inverted diminished scale. You could use the G flat, the G7 with a flat 9. So this is a nice one to play with that. Just kind of summarize that shape, which is the root, choke out the A string, flat 7, and then flat, which is flat 7 and 3rd fret on the D string, and then fret number 1 on the G string, and then open up that B string for public consumption. And then there's that, and no high E string. There's the G7 with a flatted 9, and a very nice one. Heart-shaped box. Wow. Yeah, great. Just to get familiar with that shape there, and then you might want another shape up here, right? So you could play that same G7 with a flatted 9 up here. It's the same as a diminished scale, right? A diminished chord. It's you know, the flat 9 in the bass, the 5, the flat 7, and then the 3 on the top. So that would be another place to play that G7 with a flatted 9. Yeah. Let's play another one up here, right? So we have the G7 with a flat 9, and then we could use that shape again, that diminished. Oh, look at how that works. Every 3 frets, the diminished chord repeats itself. Huh, cool stuff. So let's take a look. You know, if we have that G7 with the flat 9 here, flat 9, we go up here, we have the 3, the flat 7, the flat 9, and the 5. 3 frets higher, 1, 2, 3, we have another G7 with a flat 9. And you can see the woman just, you know, the villain's already roped the maid into the railroad track. It's a 3, we've got the 5, the flat 9, the flat 3, oh no, the major 3, and the flat 7 on the top. So that's the inverted, that's the diminished sequence, and it's a wildly important thing to know and grasp on the guitar. And I can always use some improvement in that department. So with that being said, I see, all right, let's see what's going on. Oh, a couple of these comments, and you got it. All right, Anthony, we'll see you around later today on your channel and stuff. And keep an eye out for you over the weekend. And Raul, I see that you said, I heard that you have some things for download. If you're here and you're developing yourself as a guitarist or guitar channel, feel comfortable to advertise your wares here. It's not like this is totally open and ego-free area, and it's not a problem. So it's not a problem at all. It's a testimony to how well we're all going to grow together. A rising tide floats all boats, right? And that's how that works, I think. But all right. So Ryan May, thanks for coming here today. We do this every day, every weekday, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 7:30 a.m. we get up and we do our breath work, our tune-up, and our mechanical studies, and then that's we're off and ready for the guitar day. Okay, so bring your guitar too. That'd be awesome. Heart-shaped box. I'll gladly play all these songs. These are great things to play. Play the Ibanez. Oh yeah, I'm probably going to start that this Monday. So come back on Monday, Trader Glitch, and then Grand Theft Auto 5. Yeah, and then we've got Man, You Are Amazing, Love You, Bond. Hey, I don't know. I don't know where that's come from, but I do appreciate that for sure, for certain. That is, I'm going to absorb that, and I'm going to say thank you very kindly. And those kind words are not. We run the risk of not sharing those kind words enough in our lives, and you know, and I know, most of us know that more people can hear those kinds of things, genuine kinds of things on a day-to-day basis. So that's definitely appreciated. So thank you very much. Hat tip to you for that. And I see you got your acoustic, but I'm trying to do the bend on the G string in the opening of One by Metallica. Any advice on technique? That's all right, Mama Elvis. That's all right, Mama Elvis. Play it, please. Yeah, Thomas Blackett. All right, 2 minutes. My channel's going to drop another video, and I've got to be out to go check that out. We're dropping a video about major 7, and then incorporating that, suturing those pieces of that, those chord inversions together. We're suturing those together. Those things that are outstanding, those chords that are out there in the cloud, we're pulling them together through the C major, the use of the C major scale. So you'll check that out. Hopefully it's going to drop at 9 o'clock, and maybe we'll see you over there. I'm going to close it up. I'm going to say, what is it? I forget. I forget what the open G string bend is, so if you'll forgive me, I'll take a look at it this weekend, and then we'll get back to you on Monday morning. Come join us again. And thank you all for being here today, and until next time, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard, Monday morning, we'll see you again. All right, right here, same bat time, Jason Carey Guitar, right here on YouTube. Thank you so much. You see you then. Go watch the video that's dropping in 1 second. All right, I'll see you over there. It's dropping now. Bye. And